So I think America wants to know how you guys met.
Oh, it's such a great story. Let me just tell you about it. So like when I decided to go back to school, and you got this great English professor teaching you, I had no idea she was going to wind up, being my wife, down the road.
The biggest thing was I had Melanie. So I was a single mom with a disabled child. Minnie and Melanie are best buds. And so they've developed this beautiful relationship
We have a beautiful
together.
relationship.
It's, he loves her, she loves him. It just bespeaks to what a great person he is. To take this on and be so caring. And that was one of the reasons I fell in love
now
with you.
I'm liking
I would hear how you would talk about your children.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, God, if this man loves his kids like that, if he could ever love me like that and love mine like that, I would be blessed. And sure enough, that happened.
My dad had been smoking since he was in his early teens. It had been many, many years. It wasn't something that I enjoyed, but it was part of our life.
When I heard he was first diagnosed, it was just, what are his limits going to be? Is he going to be able to continue to do the things that we used to love to do? To go to baseball games, or spring training was always a big thing for us. And so not being able to go out to any public event, or having him go just even to the bar, it was a big deal. That was the big turning point for me.
At that point in his health, you could start to see a little bit more of a decline, less spunk. They just took so much out of him to do his everyday normal tasks, let alone, exercise or, enjoy life. And that was just really sad to see.
I was still smoking, with when I was diagnosed with COPD. And, I was handling it pretty good. So you know what, I've been smoking this long, what's the big deal? But it was a big deal. I was going to a pulmonologist at that time, I must need inhalers and that, to help me breathe. It was getting more difficult, each day, month, year. When I had my regular pulmonologist, he's the one that suggested, they had a great team of, pulmonologists. He told me that he was going to be doing these Zephyr valves, and I went through all the testing at that point, and he said, you're a really good candidate, to have this valve procedure done. It may even be where you would digress. There was a chance for that. And believe me, we talked, me and Nance, me and my daughter Melissa talked at length about this.
So I could feel and sense and hear hope in his voice, and that made me happy. But his desire to move forward with this never wavered. He was on board with it from the minute that he heard about it, because I think that he realized there could be a chance for him to feel better and for him to regain some control of his life.
After the procedure and getting out, even up to a couple weeks, he was ready to go.
When I first saw him post-procedure, I was so relieved and so happy. And he, from the minute he woke up, was a new man. And it just made everything worth it. And watching him just wake up different, it just made me just feel so relieved that he thought enough of himself and wanted to live a better life to push and do this. I was just so happy to see him wake up and be himself.
It's been a year and a half since the valves. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm back.
That he gets to actually spend the day with us.
So I'm the luckiest. I know people say that, and I want to it's cliche, but I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. I'll put it that way. I am.
Thank you, sweetheart. And I got my family back, and I got my life back. back, and yeah, I'm a different person. My name is Bruce, and I wasn't going to let COPD dictate on how I am going to live the rest of my life.